Drinking tea over there. Isn't that Yelan? Oh, looks like she's having some kind of tea party with friends. We're just in time. Aren't we gonna go say hi?
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field. In the meantime, I think you've earned yourself a break.
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This case really took it out of me. 13 strongholds. One thieving weasel after another. We rounded up so many people, you almost start to hope a few were innocent, just to balance it out. I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks. Anyway, I'm gonna drop in on that old classmate of mine in Chaoying Village and reminisce about old times.
Don't forget to take some tea and...
Looks like Yelan's friend left. Paimon kinda wanted to meet her.
Ah, another pleasant surprise. Traveler, Paimon, take a seat. Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white tea if you would. And 2 more place settings. Now, judging by that expression, I assume you came over to ask about the 2 spies that were just watching us.
Ah! Spies? What spies? There were spies around here just now?
Oh, more than that, I'm sure. I bet they already sent someone to tail Officer Edler. Anything to foil our operation.
Oh, so you're tracking down some criminals? They've got some nerve spying on you like that. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon.
Well, those tend to be the kinds of cases that cross my desk. If I could leave it to someone else, I would. I could have been on vacation right now. Mora laundering, to the tune of 10 figures and counting.
Laundry? What does that have to do with Mora? And who are these figures? There are 10 of them?
In layman's terms, a certain merchant in Fontaine possesses a large amount of Mora obtained through illicit means. But it's easy to get caught when you're moving that kind of cash. So you cover your tracks, create a front to avoid detection, and what do you know? Your illegal Mora now looks completely legit. And this merchant's front of choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering. He buys goods from all over Tevat, brings them back to Fontaine, and rebrands them as pieces of fine art, driving up their price in the process. Then, when the items go to auction, he buys them up at their inflated price with his own illicit funds. And through this exchange, the proceeds he receives in return are clean. This process allows him to legitimize his illicit wealth. He even launders Mora for other criminals as well, a business which earned him the title the Dark Financier. That's to be expected, I suppose. In Chenyu Vale, you can get your hands on exquisite antiques without breaking the bank. Tea sets, porcelain, jade, statues, all easily marketed as pieces of fine art. Liyue goods being used in illicit underground schemes poses a real threat to our trade standing in the long run. So, instead of getting to enjoy my long-awaited vacation in Fontaine, It's back to work for me.
Okay. Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's like moving Mora from one hand to the other. In other words, but if you know what this merchant is up to, shouldn't it be pretty? You go to the auction, wait for him to appear, then nab him right as he...
Not a bad plan, Paimon. But there are if you were the mastermind behind this whole scheme, would you really expose yourself as...
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to be seen doing the... No, wait! Even if Paimon turned bad, the Traveler would never... Oh. Even if you track down the goods, if this dark financier guy isn't the one doing...
It's not just a matter of who's at the auction. You also have to source the goods, transport them back to Fontaine, get them... Tracking down the goods is already complicated enough. They change hands so many times, so the most logical course of action is to play... You start small. You find someone you can follow behind all the smoke screens, who'll lead you straight back to the dark financier himself.
Wait! So you were just pretending?
Right you are, Traveler. Working with the Millilith and Officer Edler, we managed to launch attacks on all of the dark financiers. Those spies just now were his most important agents. The two people he trusts to have direct contact with him. The first is Corday, a senior member of the Fontaine Antique Association, in charge of auctioning off the goods. And the other, they're under pressure to salvage the situation, so we let them slip through the cracks on purpose. The goal is to make them think that, but they think keeping tabs on Officer Edler will allow them to operate under her radar and get whatever remains of their... But little do they know, while their attention's fixed on her. So, interested in coming along for the ride? I'm curious how you take to this line of work. Could be some potential there.
Yeah, we kind of stumbled into this whole thing, but now let's do it! For Yelan, for the people...
I admire your selflessness, Trap. Let me be the one to look out for your self-interests then. Namely, your payment. How about we do this the Fontaine... Getting started is always the hardest part, but luckily, the Dark Financier's crew is even more on guard than usual. And I think I know just the place to start. Let's head northeast and...
Hey, should we close this empty chest and leave it out in the open?
All right, let's start our investigation here.
So, we can all agree this is just a normal stretch of wilderness, right? Paimon.
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent already. Like I said, we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his goods. And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold, which brings us to why we're here. Pretty good vantage point from up here.
Huh. Guess so. Paimon can see the port of Elong Wharf, the boats in the distance, and...
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can also serve as a means... Oh, let's hear it. Not too far off at all. The Millilith maintain an impeccable level of security in Shenyu Vale through consistent... This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior. So we should be able to find traces of the dark find...
Oh, okay. Paimon...
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. As long as we're... Well, all set? Remember, an eye for detail is key. Some good finds. Whatever door this key opens could be critical to the investigation. And this...
Huh. So there really is evidence around here. What if the Millilith...
These objects suggest the Dark Financier scouts were likely disguised as fishermen. All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse. Like needing a place to rest.
Paimon can just see their smug faces getting away with something...
Not to mention, the traces on these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active, and wasn't among those caught by... So we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know. I had a hunch this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. Any ideas? Spot on again, Traveler. Looks like you don't need it. Given a carrier pigeon's speed, the two locations should be close enough to ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot.
That just leaves the shallows to the north of Mount Mingyuan?
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains and the advantage of hiding right under the authorities' noses. Well, our next destination is to...
What shall we do?
And nothing out of the ordinary here, either.
That's right. No detail is too small to invest. The evidence could be even more. All right. Well, well. Looks like you... Now, time to test out the key we found earlier. This isn't their home turf. I'll take it from here. The last thing we want is to leave traces behind in there. Caution is the... You two keep a lookout. Make sure no one barges...
You got it! This is a first for us, but the Traveler can do anything. Good point. Yelan doesn't make...
All right, that's done. I've noted the features of all the porcelain items, vases, and teas stored here. We need to keep a lookout for these features at the auction and pinpoint the person attempting to purchase the corresponding good.
Wow! That was fast! You must do that all the time, huh?
Now, we wait. There are countless auctions in Fontaine. I'll continue to conduct surveillance in the area, keep tabs on the situation, and once his two lackeys move the goods, we can shift our focus to the upcoming auction.
Got it! All we can do now... Wait! And then follow them straight to the...
This whole time, Officer Edler has been leading her two stalkers on a wild goose chase around Chaoying village. Not to mention our operation has already put them under extreme pressure. We've forced their hand, so let's meet back up at Yilong Wharf in 2 days.
Every
Well, it's been 2 days. Let's go meet up with Yelan. Ooh! Paimon's getting excited! Searching for evidence, tracking down a crime boss. It's like being a real detective!
Well done, you two. Right on time. The day after we infiltrated the storage facility, the dark... See that ship? It's the one Dodamani dispatched to transport the goods.
Whoa! That's one huge boat! Paimon can see all...
Thinking 2 steps ahead? If Corday and Dodamani think the authorities are onto them, it's possible the goods they're sending to Lumidus Harbor are a whole bunch of nothing. But we need to be careful. Several members of the crew have confessed that a veteran treasure hoarder known as Scamface is an escaped convict. Scamface is a master of staying hidden. Based on our earlier investigation, it's clear he's the one who's been doing reconnaissance. I'll circle the area to draw Scamface's attention away from the scene, while you two remember to keep a low profile.
Yeah! And Paimon will do her best to... float closer to the ground. No higher than the travel...
All set? All right, we'll meet back up here once you...
So much cargo again today. Back.
Okay, so no fakes. But did you see the strange...
Good work. As for the auction, Officer Edler was able to gather some use. The markings you managed to capture were applied with I think we're looking at a treasure hoarder insignia. Each big shot in the organization has their own, almost like a personal signature. And considering what we know about the case, based on the port manifest, it looks like the marked goods include fertilizer from Sumeru.
So, nothing special then?
Fertilizer might be risky, but I'm gonna investigate on board and hitch a ride to Fontaine while I'm at it.
Yeah! Let's see this thing through!
Well, you've proved yourself so far, so I don't see a problem with that. Just know once we board the ship, so make sure you're prepared. The investigate...
Excuse me, passengers. Due to limited space in the cargo hold, we've been forced to store some of the goods.
Ah, please, no need to apologize for your success in business. I just hope it rubs off on...
It looks like all the goods marked with Scamface's insignia have Corday listed as the shipper. Dodamani is in the cargo hold, likely making sure...
Are they... inspecting something? Why are they rifling through the...
Here, take this cipher. It should help you figure out their coded messages. This is the plan. While I distract Corday and Dodamani, you two investigate the goods marked with Scamface's insignia. By all means.
Huh? Wait! You're just gonna go up and...
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, but have we... You're Mr. Corday, a famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct? I believe the three of us have had the...
Huh? You...
Ah, the Dice Master of Yenshang Tea House. It's...
Oh, so you've heard...
Yes, I had an absolutely delectable cup of tea there once. One can hardly leave.
Yes, that must be it. Well, looks like we ran into each other at the perfect time. Someplace I could find an exquisite tea set, perhaps. Like a fine art exhibition, or...
You...
Ah, does this gentleman have an interest in tea?
Of course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yelon. I'm also heading to
Yep. Yelan is actually talking to them. Are we sure that's... Alright, then let's go somewhere out of their line of sight so we can start investigating those boxes. And there's a strange note. But Paimon can't read what it says. Yelan really thinks of everything, huh? But, you know how to use this thing, right? right, that's all the bombs on the deck. What about the...
Already taken care of. Good work, you two. You stayed calm and acted fast.
Yelan! Honestly, it's all thanks to you. Wait a sec. We're at Corday and Dodamani.
Recovering from the shock, I would imagine. Suddenly finding out that you're being targeted by a dangerous...
Indeed. To think such evil exists in this world. I can scare...
Well, no need to fear. I'll alert the Maison Gardiennage at once and ask that your cargo will also need to be handed over to the authorities for inspection. So, if I may, where are your goods heading?
To the Hotel de Boer for an auction in 2 days.
Then rest assured, the Maison Gardiennage is full of diligent and responsible person.
Our...
You scared the life out of Paimon, Yelan.
It's not a question of if, Paimon. I'm sure they caught on. Now we can be sure the Dark Financier is getting... He needs to get rid of anything that could be traced back to him. So, you blow up the ship. You send the last thing he wanted was for the goods to make it to the auction. But now we've he could choose not to send one of his agents to the auction, and let his goods go to an unsuspecting buyer instead. It would only be a matter of time before the buyer realized the valuation was off and reported it to the authorities. As the seller, at best, the Dark Financier has to find a new kind of moral laundering scheme. At worst, he loses one of his last reliable agents in Fontaine. Exactly. Our trail of evidence remains intact. And
Okay, so,
don't worry. I'm sure the Traveler will explain. We're in the home stretch. And taking advantage of this, Officer Edler already has an informant stationed at the scene. I'll meet you at the Hotel de Boer in 2...
alright. Time to meet back up with Yelan. Our destination? A very important auction at the Hotel de Boer. This is our chance to catch the culprit behind this whole scheme.
Good evening, patrons. Allow me to escort you to...
Oh, Paimon's getting a little nervous. Wow! This place is packed! Is every rich person in Fontaine here or something? Oh, wait! The people we're after are hiding here too! It's time to get serious. Paimon knows just the thing! What? It's not like we're rich like the rest of these people. We need a little something to blend in. Besides, if we're here as honest, hard-working detectives... Too bad. Paimon doesn't have another. But she'll help you make one once this is all over. An even cooler pair.
Well, you two seem raring to go. Good to see you're not nervous. But remember, the key to blending into an event like this is remaining calm and collected. Slow your breathing, tone down the emotion. We don't want to stand out.
Yelan? It is you, right? It must be you!
Well, I am the current owner of the Yenshang Tea House after all, as well as an honored guest at this auction. So, I thought something with more of a Fontanian flair might be nice. A special outfit for a special occasion. Why? Does it look bad?
No, not at all!
All right. Well, let the vacation begin. We have an auction to crash. You two are expert investigators at this point. With us working together, I'd say our chances of success are stacked higher than the cake towers in the Hotel de Boer.
We sure make a great team! But now that we're at the auction, what's our actual game plan?
This time your mission is simple. Take this dossier and pay attention to the items being auctioned. When the Dark Financier's antiques are up, all you need to do is bid. We want to drive up the price and create a bidding frenzy.
Wait, so we get to actually take part in the auction?
Thoughtless bidding usually leads to a warning, or even disqualification. But the special account you two will be using during the bidding has no credit limit. So you can drive up the price as high as you want. The more chaos we create, the Dark Financier knows we're on his tail. So I highly doubt he sent one of his trusted agents here. The buyer is likely someone after the incident with the ship. Several buyers registered for the auction at the last minute. They're all wearing special pins, signifying them as Tia, and I'm sure he's terrified. Because if a different buyer develops an interest in one of their inflated goods and wins the bid, it's game over for, not to mention the buyer has limited funds at his disposal. The Dark Financier likes to work in small sums at a time, so his scapegoat can't go too overboard with the bidding.
Okay, so complicated stuff aside, the point is, they have a plan.
There's seating reserved for special guests on the second floor. I'll be up there during the... One thing going wrong might not be enough to slip him up. But target him again and again, and trust me, he'll feel the heat. Once the auction is over, we'll find somewhere secluded to corner the buyer and have a nice little
Yeah! We're on a winning streak, and we're not about...
He's acting strange. And there's something off with his tea aficionado pin is a special color. Most likely to make it easier for Corday to keep tabs on him and which means the two don't know each other well at all.
Wow, I can't believe I won the bid for this.
This was not how it was meant to go.
Whatever your employer is offering you, the Maison Gardiennage will double it.
You! I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so? Well, you might be interested to know that this hitman over here is also on a need. If the person wearing the blue pin loses their bid, find somewhere secluded and
Eliminate?
You lucked out, kid. Getting cornered by the law just saved your life.
No, this can't. The boss said that even if I got sent to the Fortress of Meropide, all I had, and he even paid me 3 million in advance. On that alone, I could get my wife the best medicine, help her head, but then one auction goes wrong. Just one. And what?
You're risking your life to do this guy's dirty work and pad his pockets with even more cash. Compared to what he's making.
I've got at least 70 people just like you locked up in the Maison Gardiennage.
No need. I'm guessing you're offering me a way out. What do you need me to do, officer?
All you need to do is arrange a meeting with your boss and have—
My boss, he's extremely careful about that kind of thing. I've only met him. The best I can do is take you to the place I'm supposed to deliver—
All right then. But first, we need to search your home for evidence.
Phew! Mission accomplished. You managed to get through to him so fast, Yelan.
Well, he was already nervous and uncertain. All it took was a sincere negotiation. Plus, we had some very convincing performances to help seal—
Well, it's been a while since I've gotten to tap into a villain like that.
Are you kidding? Paimon felt like she was face to face with one of our bad guys of the week.
Well, what's next, Yelan? Want me to go after Corday, or—
The Sumeru authorities have Dodamani covered. They're just waiting on our signal, and they'll nab him once he makes it back to— The Millilith are pursuing Scamface. So that just leaves Corday.
You got it. I'd love it.
All right then. We'll reconvene 12 hours from now, when our new double agent will lead us into the Lion's Den. It's time for the Dark Financier.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
All right, this is where the This area is full of Now to arrange an emergency, but to tell you the truth, I have no idea how to activate them. Maybe he was planning to give me more information after the auction.
Paimon was hoping it would be smooth. Well, after all the
If all goes to plan, this should be the All right, then let's see those detective skills. All right, the mechanisms have been activated. Now, all we have to do is wait.
You know what? For some strange reason.
My dear Monsieur Diderot, here to make excuses for your complete failure at the auction? Or to accidents happen, of course. What I care about is whether you have the spine to deal with the consequences.
So you do believe in consequences. Seems a bit ironic, coming from the likes of you.
Oh? A trap, I presume. I've set a fair share of those myself. I suppose it's about time I stumbled into one set by someone else. No matter. Sometimes you take a chance on someone who turns out to be a disappointment. It's happened before. It's not easy to earn the dark financier Rovere Pelliccia's respect, but I must say, you three detectives are a force to be reckoned with. I suppose congratulations are in order. 6 months of planning and execution was all it took to take down a Mora laundering organization decades in the making. I have to hand it to the Fontaine and Liyue authorities. Your operation really has been a roaring success.
Why is the dark financier so polite? Not the kind of crime boss.
Oh, do be serious. You thought you'd corner me and then what? I just surrender?
If you want to do this the easy way, then yes. You know you're out of options.
For 2 months, I've watched you and Officer Edler dismantle my organization piece by piece. As you cut off my limbs, gouged out my eyes, deafened my ears. I was helpless to stop it.
So you're planning on taking us down with you, is that it? Never heard that one before.
My livelihood is in tatters, Agent Yelan. Hundreds I had working under me, hundreds. And now, they're either locked up or useless. Corday is the only one who still has some value. My Mora laundering days are over, we both know that. And considering how your operation's been progressing, it was only a matter of time before you locked on to me. I'm usually one to quit while I'm ahead, but you see, there's only so much a man can lose before he starts to get rather angry. So, Agent Yelan, even if the only score I get to settle here today is ending your precious life, well, that's a high I'll ride straight to the bank.
Ah! Clockwork Mecha! Paimon takes back what she said! This isn't very polite at all!
An old military model. Bet these go for big bucks on the black market. You two have been a huge help, but this fight is mine. 'Cause as it so happens, he isn't the only one who has a score to settle here. If he wants to bring on the drama, then I'm more than happy to give him a show. Gotcha! Game's up! Time's over! No! Quiet now. Here comes the catch!
Unbelievable.
Any last words? Perhaps a bit too dramatic, isn't it? I'd rather not give a soapbox to a piece of scum like you. No, I think I'll say my piece instead. You can pretend to have seen the error every coin of, and all you'll be able to do.
You're not a detective.
If you knew what's good for you, you'd have walked away from this fight. Whew. After 6 months of... Take this guy back to the court of Fontaine to stand trial. With any luck, we'll get to send him off to Oh, Miss Yelan, Traveler, Paimon. As a personal thanks for all your help.
I appreciate the sentiment, Officer Edler. I was just doing my job. I can't, in good conscience, accept even a single Mora. I'll have to pass up any invitations for banquets or tea tastings as well. If you want to reward someone for going above and beyond during this operation, it should be the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow. Paimon's had her detective cap on for so long. Maybe Paimon really does have what—
Well, if you're interested in this line of work, we're heading to the Maison.
You really— Oh, is that okay, Traveler? Paimon's gonna go with Officer Edler. All right!
Well, both our lives can get back to normal now, Traveler. After talking about it for so long, I finally— Mind humoring me for a bit, Traveler? What a nice night. Fresh from maritime flowers. If only we were on a rooftop terrace somewhere. Enjoying— All right. Then let's look for a place to stop. I wonder what special drinks the hidden tavern— Oh, but first, I wanted to head to the Confrérie of Cabriere. I also heard about the intricate timepieces, clockwork furnishings, and fine jewelry you can get around here. Well, with the most cultured traveler in all of Tevat by my side, I should take advantage of this opportunity. I'm counting on you not to steer me wrong. I'm satisfied. This has been a nice trip abroad. I wish I could take my time, maybe extend my stay a few more days. No one likes to be rushed on vacation. It can't be helped. Duty calls. I still have to write up a formal report on the case and develop a more sophisticated cargo inspection system. Then I'm off. Nod cry. No, nothing like that. Just meeting an intelligence partner to decide on a mutually beneficial agreement going forward. I'll fill you in later. For now, why don't we take a picture together to commemorate this exciting trip to Fontaine? That's right. After this, I know I can trust you to have my back, Traveler. Or should I say, Agent. I say we put the forensic imaging device to use one last time to take this picture. Perhaps we'll cross paths in Notcry. If so, I hope this collaboration was just the first of many.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.